Hi everyone, I hope you're having a nice week. Today I wanted to explain the mistakes some of you made in the last FlipGrid exercise about correcting mistakes. So this is why I have created this presentation, and I'm going to go one by one, sentence by sentence, in order to explain which were the typical mistakes you've been making. Okay, so let's start. The first sentence was I have been in the United States since a year. Since a year. Here, the correct option was two possible ways to say that. The first one, I have been in the United States for a year. We say for because we're indicating how long uh, does it take the period of time. So it's for a year, un año. And since we won't use it, or we use it to express when the action started in the past, but here we want to express how long did the action take. Another way of correcting this sentence would have been the following, the one in green yellow, that is, I was in the United States for a year. If we are no longer living in the United States, we can talk in the past. Estuve en los Estados Unidos por un año. If we say I have been in the United States for a year, that usually or that almost always is going to imply that we are still living in the United States. So this is the difference between using the present perfect, the action still continues in the present, or saying I was, which is a past simple, and that indicates that the action is finished. Okay, you could answer by saying one of these two forms. Let's go to the second one. That is, Ben used to having a horse. This one was really easy. Most of you, if not all of you, made it right. The answer was Ben used to have. After used to, which is solía, an action that happened in the past and no longer now. So we have to use the infinitive after used to. That was really easy. In this case, Ben solía tener un caballo, or simply saying Ben tenía un caballo, but we are saying that now he doesn't have it anymore. Let's go to the third. Again, two possibilities. I wish I am not fat. Ojalá. I wish, remember, is ojalá. We need what in Spanish would be the subjuntivo, but in English it's easier because just by using the verb in the past, we can make this expression, this I wish. Two possibilities. I wish I wasn't fat, or I wish I weren't fat. Probably the second one, the one in yellow, is more correct in terms of grammar, but both are heard, and you will read and you will see these two expressions are used. Okay, so we can say I wish I was, or I wish I wasn't, or I wish I weren't. Let's go to the next one, which is he works here since 2010. Here the key for this sentence is we have to understand that what we want to say in Spanish is él trabaja aquí desde 2010. This is an action that started in 2010. This is why we use since, because we are saying when the action started, but it continues in the present. So for this specific purpose, we have to use present perfect and not present simple. Some of you are making the mistake. You're using the present perfect, but you're saying have instead of has. Remember, third person, he, she, or it needs the auxiliary verb have in the corresponding form, which is has. So he has worked here since 2010. That would be using the present perfect simple. Or we can also say he has been working here since 2010. If we want to stress that the action of working, then we're going to say the second option I put, the one with the present perfect continuous. If we just want to express that, okay, since 2010, we can simply say he has worked here since 2010. Okay, so both options are correct. What about the next one? Her nephew have gone to New York last year. Some of you, again, are making some mistakes in here. The first option I put is her nephew went to New York last year. Sorry because I forgot the capital letter in the end of New York. Last year, we're saying when. This is an action in the past. So every time we see when, last year, in 2010, last weekend, 2 months ago, we have to use the past. Okay? Went, in this case, her nephew, su sobrino, fue a Nueva York el año pasado. Another option, if we want to use the present perfect here, we have to change the have into has. Her nephew has gone to New York. But now we cannot say when, because if we want to say when, we have to use the past. How can we use the present perfect here? Well, saying, for example, how many times in his life. So her nephew, su sobrino, ha ido 4 veces a Nueva York. Ha ido. When? We don't know if he went 2 times last year, 1 time in 2001, and we don't care. What we care here is about how many times. So this is why we can say also the sentence with the present perfect simple. Let's go to the next one. I hate doing mistakes. Actually, when I was recording the video, I said do. This is a common mistake we make. So to say do a mistake is wrong. We have to say make a mistake. In this case, I hate making mistakes. Okay, this is a very difficult mistake to erase from our minds, because in Spanish hacer un fallo, and we always go to the do instead of make. Let's go to the next one. He knows her for 10 years. He knows her for 10 years. Here, again, this action started in the past but continues now in the present. Él la conoce desde hace 10 años o por 10 años. If the action starts in the past but still continues in the present, we need to use the present perfect simple. He has known her for 10 years. Él la conoce desde hace 10 años. Okay? Let's go to the next one. Very easy. My house is built in 1567 or 1567, which is longer to say. Here it's the passive that we saw, and the passive needs the verb to be in any of its versions. In this case, is the past. So my house was built in 1567. Another one, very easy, but some of you are changing the sentence and you're changing what you shouldn't change, which is the with in the sentence. Okay, I went to work with the bus. With the bus, con el autobús. It's not correct. We have to say by bus. Some of you are changing the went. I went. Well, for example, yesterday I went to work by bus. It's correct. If we want to express a routine, something we do daily, we can say I go to work by bus. But the incorrect part and the thing I want you to focus on was the with. Okay, and let's see. Yeah, this is the last one. This is something that I see in class when we used to be in class and we're doing speakings and we're doing this kind of debates. Many of you say I'm not agree, because in Spanish we say no estoy de acuerdo contigo o estoy de acuerdo. This is why we say am, but this is incorrect. We have to say I don't agree. I don't agree. No estoy de acuerdo contigo. Okay? This exercise is very easy. Another way to say that would be I disagree. Estoy en desacuerdo or no estoy de acuerdo. These are exactly the same. So that was it. I hope that you have understood everything and that you have a lovely week. Bye bye.